For Social Security recipients. Huge rule changes have just been confirmed, and millions of seniors, SSI, and SSDI beneficiaries will feel the impact before October ends. If you're waiting on your benefits, this update could directly affect when you get paid, how much you receive, and what changes are coming down the line. In today's video, we'll break down the new Social Security rules, explain exactly who's affected, and show you the timeline for October payments. We'll also cover what happens if your check is delayed, and what steps you should take to make sure you don't miss out. Stay tuned. This is one of the biggest updates of the year, and every Social Security beneficiary needs to know the details right now. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The Social Security Administration has just announced sweeping changes that are sending shockwaves through the retirement community. These modifications aren't just minor adjustments, they're fundamental shifts that could dramatically impact how much money millions of Americans will receive in their golden years. But why is this happening now, and what does it mean for you and your family? Let's start with the most pressing question: why are these changes happening in the first place? The truth is, our Social Security system has been under increasing pressure for years. With more baby boomers retiring every day and fewer workers contributing to the system, something had to give. The government's response? A series of significant adjustments that will affect everyone from current retirees to those decades away from retirement. Think about this for a moment. How much have you been counting on Social Security for your retirement? Many Americans I've spoken to assume their benefits are set in stone, but that's far from reality. The recent changes include modifications to the cost of living adjustment calculations, new earnings limit thresholds, and updated taxation policies that could take a bigger bite out of your benefits than ever before. One of the most significant changes affects the way cost of living adjustments, COLA, are calculated. Previously, these adjustments were based solely on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. But now, the formula has been modified to include additional factors that could result in smaller increases for millions of beneficiaries. What does this mean in real terms? For someone receiving the average Social Security benefit, this change could mean thousands of dollars less over their retirement years. But here's where it gets even more complicated. The earnings limit for those who claim benefits before their full retirement age has also been adjusted. Many people don't realize that if they're still working while receiving Social Security benefits, they might have to give some of that money back. Under the new rules, the threshold has changed, and more people will find themselves affected by this provision. Have you considered how this might impact your plans to work part-time during retirement? Let's talk about Medicare premiums because they're intimately connected to your Social Security benefits. The recent changes have created a new dynamic between these two programs that could result in a smaller net benefit for many retirees. How? Because Medicare premiums are typically deducted directly from Social Security payments, and with the new premium adjustments, some beneficiaries might see a significant reduction in their monthly checks. You might be wondering about the taxation of benefits. Well, that's changed too. The income thresholds for determining how much of your Social Security benefits are taxable haven't been adjusted for inflation in decades, and under the new rules, more people will find a larger portion of their benefits subject to taxation. Have you calculated how this might affect your after-tax retirement income? Here's a scenario that might sound familiar. Mary and John, both 63, were planning to retire next year. They had everything mapped out based on their expected Social Security benefits. But when they learned about these changes, they realized their retirement income would be about $400 less per month than they'd planned for. That's $4,800 a year, money they were counting on for their basic expenses. Now they're having to completely rethink their retirement timeline. Does this situation resonate with your own planning? But it's not all doom and gloom. There are strategies you can use to maximize your benefits under the new rules. The key is understanding how these changes affect your specific situation and taking action before it's too late. Have you considered how delaying your benefits might help you navigate these changes more effectively? One of the most overlooked aspects of these changes is how they affect spousal benefits. The rules for claiming benefits based on a spouse's work record have become more complex, with new restrictions and requirements that could catch many couples off guard. Are you aware of how these changes might impact your family's retirement strategy? Let's talk about something that's causing a lot of confusion: the new rules around suspended benefits. The ability to suspend benefits and earn delayed retirement credits has changed significantly. This strategy, once a powerful tool for maximizing lifetime benefits, now comes with important limitations that you need to understand. Have you explored how these changes might affect your ability to optimize your benefits? The impact on divorced individuals is particularly noteworthy. The rules for claiming benefits based on an ex-spouse's record have been modified, and the timing of when you can claim these benefits has changed. This could significantly affect your retirement planning if you're divorced or considering divorce. Are you familiar with how these new rules might affect your eligibility for benefits based on an ex-spouse's record? Another crucial change involves the way earnings are calculated for benefit purposes. The number of years used in the calculation has been adjusted, which could result in different benefit amounts than previously expected. This is particularly important for those who have had years with lower earnings or gaps in their work history. Have you reviewed how your earnings history might affect your benefits under the new calculation method? Let's address a question I've been getting a lot: what about disability benefits? The criteria for qualifying for Social Security disability benefits have also been updated, with new medical criteria and evaluation processes in place. This could affect both current disability benefit recipients and those who might need to apply in the future. Are you aware of how these changes might affect your ability to claim disability benefits if needed? The changes don't stop there. The way benefits are calculated for surviving spouses has also been modified. These adjustments could have a significant impact on the financial security of widows and widowers. Have you considered how these changes might affect your spouse if you pass away first? Here's something that's catching many people by surprise: the new rules around government pension offset. If you've worked in a government job where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, the way your benefits are reduced has changed. This could affect thousands of public sector employees and their spouses. Are you one of the many Americans who might be affected by these changes? But let's talk solutions. What can you do to protect yourself and your retirement in light of these changes? First, it's crucial to understand exactly how these modifications affect your specific situation. Everyone's circumstances are different, and what works for one person might not work for another. Have you taken the time to analyze how these changes specifically impact your retirement plans? One strategy that's becoming increasingly important is maximizing your earnings during your working years. Since your benefits are based on your highest earning years, making sure you're earning as much as possible now could help offset some of the negative impacts of these changes. Are you currently maximizing your earning potential? Another key consideration is the role of private retirement savings. With these Social Security changes, having additional sources of retirement income becomes even more crucial. Whether it's through a 401(k), IRA, or other investment vehicles, diversifying your retirement income sources can help protect you from the full impact of these benefit reductions. Have you assessed whether your private retirement savings are sufficient in light of these changes? Timing is another critical factor to consider. The age at which you claim benefits has always been important, but with these new rules, it becomes even more crucial to make the right decision. Claiming too early could result in permanently reduced benefits, while waiting could help you maximize your monthly payments. Have you calculated the optimal age for you to claim benefits under the new rules? Let's talk about healthcare costs in retirement, because they're closely tied to Social Security benefits. With the changes to Medicare premium deductions, it's more important than ever to have a solid plan for managing healthcare expenses in retirement. Have you factored these costs into your retirement planning? There's also the question of how these changes might affect your decision to continue working while receiving benefits. The new earnings limits and benefit reduction rules make it crucial to understand exactly how working will impact your Social Security payments. Have you considered whether working during retirement makes sense under the new rules? For those who are married, coordinating benefit claiming strategies between spouses becomes even more important under the new rules. The right timing and sequence of claims could mean thousands of dollars in additional benefits over your retirement years. Have you and your spouse discussed your claiming strategy in light of these changes? It's also worth considering how these changes might affect your tax planning. With more benefits potentially subject to taxation, strategic tax planning becomes increasingly important. This might include decisions about when to take distributions from retirement accounts or how to structure other sources of retirement income. Have you thought about the tax implications of your retirement income strategy? One aspect that's often overlooked is the impact on survivor benefits. The changes to how survivor benefits are calculated could affect the financial security of your spouse after you're gone. This makes it even more important to consider life insurance and other forms of financial protection. Have you reviewed your survivor benefit strategy recently? Let's address something that many people are worried about: the long-term stability of Social Security. While these changes are significant, they're actually designed to help ensure the system's sustainability. Understanding this can help you make more informed decisions about your retirement planning. Are you confident in your understanding of how these changes affect the program's long-term stability? But here's what's really important: taking action now. These changes are already in effect, and waiting to adjust your retirement strategy could cost you thousands of dollars in lost benefits. Whether you're already receiving benefits or years away from retirement, understanding and adapting to these changes is crucial for your financial security. Remember Janet, whom I mentioned at the beginning? After we sat down and reviewed her situation, we were able to develop a new strategy that actually helped her increase her expected benefits despite these changes. By making a few key adjustments to her retirement timeline and exploring some alternative income sources, she's now back on track for a secure retirement. Could similar strategies work for your situation? If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family who need to know about these changes. In the comments below, let me know what questions you have about these Social Security changes, and I'll do my best to answer them in upcoming videos. And remember, for more detailed information and regular updates on retirement planning strategies, click that subscribe button and join our community of informed retirement planners.